Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. It's a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express, the important news and editorial that would be relevant for the preparation of civil services examination will be discussed in this session. Let's get started with the news topic list. Today is 31st of August. The first important news is about understanding the curb on the rice export. This is from the text and context page of the Hindu. Second, revisions to the process of sale of the SIM card. Third, that is railway to expedite the installations of the system for the safety. Second last, that is big 10 giants, that is firm applying for IT, the PLI scheme. So many tech giants have actually applied for the PLI scheme, which is specifically for the IT and hardware. And the last is an editorial, the need of an Indian system to regulate the artificial intelligence. Apart from the news and editorial discussion, at the end of this video, there will be MCQ based questions. These questions will be based on current affairs that will help you for the upcoming examination. So without any further ado, let's get started. And before I begin this session, if you are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do hit that like button. Starting the session with the first news, that is understanding the curb on rice export. Something important for general studies paper 2, that is the government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising from a design and implementations. So what the government has decided recently, the central government or the government of India has prohibited the export of non-basmati white rice with immediate effect. Why it was done? It was done to ensure that the availability within the country, within the boundary should be remain within India, right? तो इंडिया में अवेलेबिलिटी मेंटेन करने के लिए इस तरह की डिसीजन ली गई और प्राइस राइज जो हो सकती है पॉसिबली उसको चेक करने के लिए इन अ मूव टू चेक द डोमेस्टिक राइस प्राइसेस एंड इंश्योर द डोमेस्टिक फूड सिक्योरिटी द गवर्नमेंट हैज लेविड एक्चुअली 20% of the export duty on the parboiled rice till October 2023. So this is precisely till October 15 when government will actually implement this rule. The center also permitted the export of basmati rice for the contract with the value of $1,200 a ton or above. So this was a capping that was fixed by the central government. Now when it comes to the rice production estimates, अगर बात करें क्या estimations रही है, third advance estimate by the Department of Agriculture and Farm Welfare, they have said that the Rabi crop that is there for 2022 and 23, the rice productions was 13.8% less at 158.95 lakh ton against 184.7 lakh ton during the Rabi 2021 and 22. So you can see the difference which is there. So the reason being government is taking the precautionary measures to ensure the availability do not impact. Now Kharif sown data shows that the rice is sown on 384.05 lakh hectare this year as on August 25th compared to 36.83 lakh hectare during the same period. If you can remember the data, it is well and good. If not, आप एक approximate अंदाज से data के बारे में भी quote कर सकते हैं in examination. Now, if you see the part of rice export, India is the largest exporter within 45% of the share in the world rice of the market. Overall rice export की अगर बात करें in April में for the part, that is for 2022 and 23, 21.1% higher compared to within the same period for the financial year. The shipment of non-basmati rice अगर देखें, the rice for the last 3 years has been seen in the export of the non-basmati rice, or you can say the basmati rice actually. The data shared that the government has said that till August 17 this year, the total rice export, expect the part of the broken rice, was 15% at like 7.3 million ton against 6.3 million ton, which is in the corresponding year. So definitely the demand of Indian rice is always on the higher side. I'll just show you a data that will make things more clear for you. So if you look at this graph for 2022 and over 1920, I mean, this was 2,150. This is the part of the million ton. Then in 2020-21, 4,811. In 21-22, this is 6,115. You can see these are the data from the Ministry of Commerce and Industries about the non-basmati rice export. Now, Indian farmers की expectations की अगर बात करें, the government has increased the MSP, that is the minimum support price. This is a price at which this is guaranteed that government will procure like the items which is mentioned under the MSP list, right? So paddy procurement now will be the rice miller at the price higher than the MSP, and price will not decline for the farmers. The restrictions on the export will ensure that there is no steep climb in the rice price for the market. For domestic consumers, there is a slight increase in the rice price at present, and the longer run, the availability is secured at the price and are not expected to be at spike. एक्सपोर्ट्स ओपिनियन की बात करें, एक्सपोर्टर्स की क्या ओपिनियन है गवर्नमेंट के इस डिसीजन को लेकर के. द प्राइजेस ऑफ इंडियन parboiled rice at international market is competitive and even levy up to 20% of the duty. Countries such as Indonesia, where the rice exporter are looking for an import, have seen the data as of now. The government should look at classifying the rice as a common rice. Specialty rice की अगर बात करें, the policy decision said rather classify the basmati as a non-basmati rice. Now, as many as 12 varieties of the rice and the geographical indications, the recognition there should be insulated from the part of the general market and intervention. So, I mean, exporter have differentiated opinion. They definitely want कि इस टाइम पे जहाँ पे अवेलेबिलिटी की खतरा हो सकता है, we should actually restrict that part. But अगर कहीं ना कहीं से लंबे टाइम तक कंटिन्यू की गई तो एक्सपोर्टर्स को नुकसान भी हो सकता है. Now moving ahead, revisions to the process of the SIM card, something important for general studies paper 2, that is important aspect of governance, transparency, accountability and e-governance. Now, recently government ने multiple SIM purchases एक individual को allow करने के लिए कुछ बहुत सारे restrictions लगाई हैं, and in a move to curb the frauds using the mobile phone using the SIM card, the union government has said that bulk SIM sale will be barred. किसी एक इंडिविजुअल को बल्क सिम नहीं दी जाएगी because there are a lot of fraudulent activities that is ongoing in India. To further tackle the menace of the cyber crime and financial fraud, the center has introduced two major reforms. This entail the revision of the norms for the procurement, जहाँ पे सिम कार्ड के लिए अब बहुत सारे important documents, you have a due process that has to be followed. Point of sale license चाहिए होगी किसी इंडिविजुअल को उसे सेल करने के लिए. The reform is meant to strengthen the citizen-centric portal Sanchar Sathi that was be launched in May this year with the same objective. Now about the Sanchar Sathi, what is this portal? This portal is a citizen-centric portal that allows citizens to check the connection registration against their name, block their mobile number which are stolen, and report the fraudulent or unrequired connections and verify genuineness using their IMEI, right? The portal aims to provide various reform and services related to mobile connection and telecommunication. So this is a more of a transparency which is given to an individual. This is also something which is a right of an individual that should be known to. Now, they have been further developed by CDOT, the Department of Telecommunications, which identify the theft, lodge the KYC, and the forged KYC which is actually there, and the banking frauds. Sanchar Sathi till that has analyzed 114 crores of the active mobile connections. कई connections उसमें fraudulent भी record किए गए. Now reform on POS, point of sale की बात करें, as of now it is mandatory for the franchisee and agent distributors जो कि सिम के distribute करते हैं, उन्हें अपने license के लिए उनके अपने network को register कराना होगा. And further there will be a police verification that will be also done for the dealers. Right? Without that they cannot sell out the SIM. The existing SIM provider has to give 12 months to comply with the registration part, and if the POS is found involved in any illegal activities, उनके खिलाफ सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई की जाएगी. They will be blacklisted for 3 years and penalty के तौर पे 10 लाख रुपए के जुर्माना भी लगाया जा सकता है. Bulk SIM card procurement की अगर बात करें, the latest provisions that would replace the bulk SIM will call that with the system of entailing the business connection, sizable procurement of the registered business entity and enterprises. जो नई norms है, that will bring the business that can procure the number through the connections, and it will be subject to the completion of KYC requirement for the end user. See, for time being, if you down the line 5 साल पहले देखें तो नॉन KYC फॉर्म या फिर 4G सिम्स दिए जाते थे जहाँ पे KYC was not any actual mandate, right? तो उस टाइम पे नॉर्मली केवाईसी कर दी जाती थी और उस केवाईसीज में बेसिकली दे डोंट नीड द पार्ट ऑफ द बायोमेट्रिक, बट अभी गवर्नमेंट ने रिसेंट में बायोमेट्रिक्स को मैंडेटरी कर दिया है एंड दिस मैंडेट हैज़ बीन गिवन टू इंश्योर दैट इक्वल राइट्स आर गिवन एज अ पार्ट, जहाँ पे हर एक इंडिविजुअल की जो डेटा है वो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के पास में हो, राइट. सो दिस इज द मेन पार्ट दैट गवर्नमेंट इज टेकिंग केयर ऑफ. Now, in order to prevent the misuse of the printed Aadhaar, the provision mandated that the demographic details would require the scanning and QR code of the printed Aadhaar. The subscriber would also have to undergo with the KYC procedures or replacing their SIM. SIM replacement के लिए भी same process follow होगी जो कि SIM purchase में होती है. Now, moving ahead, railway to expedite the installations for the safety system, something important for general studies paper 3. That is infrastructure, energy, ports, railway, and the part of the airports. So this is something that will call for more robust part of the railway safety system. We have in the recent time we have seen a lot more incidents such as Balasore. I'll explain that in a while, but let's understand the news. Indian Railway ने कहा that they would expedite or they would make a priority to install the equipment to bolster the part of security for the passengers. This aims to strengthen and surveillance the part of sensitive and vulnerable stations railway, installing the integrated security. The railway is also strengthening the integral system by ensuring and maintaining its asset by rolling out with the fixed assets. Fire safety systems की अगर बात करें, Indian Railway will take up expeditious installations for the 2 and 3 fire safety system with all types of passengers coaches. The decision to spend up the provisions for the firefighting infrastructures will take up by the government. Railway board ने कहा that they are directed that the managers and general manager of all zonal to expeditiously complete the process by providing fire and smoke detection system. Fire detection लगाई जाएंगी, suspension system होगी pantry cars में भी, even for the power cars, and fire executions will also be there for the non-AC coaches. So there is a wholesome part of the robust mechanism that is coming to ensure that जो safety है fire safety वो सारे पूरे train में उसको दुरुस्त की जाए. ना कुछ मेजर इंसिडेंट की बात करें, कुछ ऐसे एक्सीडेंट जो रिसेंट टाइम में हुए. बालासोर आई थिंक दैट हैज स्ट्रॉम्ड द एंटायर कंट्री इन जून 2023. 3 ट्रेन कोलाइडेड एट बालासोर और ईस्टर्न इंडिया की ये सबसे बड़ी घटना मानी गई जहाँ पे 290 पैसेंजर्स गए थे. और इसके रिसेंट इंक्वायरी में भी ये पता चला है दैट दिस वाज अ मीन रिस्क. जो इसके जो मेन कॉजेज थे वो ह्यूमन मिसमैच और यू कैन से ह्यूमन लीनियंसी की वजह से ये डिजास्टर हुई. अमृतसर ट्रेन एक्सीडेंट में जहाँ पे 2018 में क्राउडेड प्लेस में दशहरा की सेलिब्रेशंस के टाइम में जो ट्रेन है वो जगह कॉजुअलिटी पे चली गई. कलिंगा उत्कल एक्सप्रेस इन 2017, इंदौर पटना एक्सप्रेस इन 2016 एंड हीराकुंड एक्सप्रेस इन 2017. डिटेल में ये कुछ रीसेंट के एग्जाम्पल्स हैं और पीछे के बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स आई हैव टेकन इनटू कंसिडरेशन फॉर लास्ट 5 to 7 years दैट विल गिव यू अ कंप्लीट हैंड ऑन एक्सपीरियंस. Now, the big tech giants firm apply for IT hardware and PLI scheme, that is production linked incentive scheme. Something important for general studies paper 3, that is Indian economy and issues related to planning, mobilization, resource growth and development. Central government ने recently 32 applications basically raise की है from the big giants like Foxconn. ये world की सबसे बड़ी manufacturing company है जो कि based है चाइना में. Apple is also getting their things manufactured done by Foxconn. Foxconn, HP, Dell और Lenovo ने अपनी participations दिखाई हैं production link incentive scheme पे जो कि 2.0 एक revived version है, right, for IT and hardware. The ambitious scheme has generated significant interest in the center PLI scheme. Now, how things will proceed and which are the participant companies? Prominent companies like Foxconn, HP, Dell, Lenovo, Thomson, Acer, Asus. These are the companies that are participating on the part, and these companies are the tech giants that will play a significant role in the India's IT hardware landscape. उसके अलावा एक मेजर सिमिलैरिटी देखी गई है जहाँ पे स्मार्टफोन सेक्टर्स को काफ़ी हद तक बूस्ट अप मिलेगी. सिग्निफिकेंस क्या होगी इस तरह के पार्टिसिपेशंस की? डेफिनेटली मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ आईटी ने कहा है कि इस स्कीम्स के थ्रू देयर विल बी इंक्रीमेंटल प्रोडक्शंस ऑफ वर्थ 3.3 ट्रिलियन ओवर द नेक्स्ट 6 decades. 38 एप्लीकेशंस रिसीव की गई है पीएलआई के अंदर. अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 8 companies have been applied for the introduction of hybrid category under the scheme. So 8 companies ने apply की हैं. Around 25 applications have been submitted for the local companies confirming by the Ministry of Information NIT इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स ने ये कंफर्म किया है. The scheme is likely to attract the incremental investment of over 4,000 crore rupees, something that will definitely contribute for the economy. The revised scheme will have an additional incentive जहाँ पे locally manufactured components पे भी ध्यान दी जाएगी, which is more of an Indianization or manufacturing make in India. The ministry has highlighted that adding impetus to the boosting local value additions for the range of 35 to 48%. Now moving ahead with the editorial of the day, the need for India's system to regulate the artificial intelligence. See, artificial intelligence is talked about in the recent time. So you can expect a question in the mains examination stating about the regulation related part. This is important for general studies paper 2, government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising from it, design and implementations. So this particular article, I'll be focusing on the part for the regulations of AI, which important issues की अगर बात करें, global regulation of AI, risk-based approach for East, Western model and Eastern model, cue from the judiciary and the way forward. Now, it has been taken steps to explore the regulation of AI और related technologies की अगर बात करें, इंडिया ने काफ़ी हद तक बहुत preventive measures और revamped measures लिए हैं ताकि AI के landscape को improve की जा सके. AI is a process जहाँ पे capabilities for the fundamental chains are there. AI can by assimilation of the data, multifarious online resources, present for more powerful solutions for any human, right? So this has changed, the artificial intelligence has changed the things in many ways and even promoted efficiency in the working. बात करें global regulation of AI की, किस तरह से global practices काम कर रही हैं. So globally, like there are things that is grappling around. Recently, अगर बात करें कुछ important economies की, like European Union, Brazil, Canada, Japan, China, these countries have come up with this specific regulation. EU ने और Brazil, United Kingdom ने they have adopted regulatory measures with different part और superficially भी बहुत सारी चीज़ों को इन्होंने handle किया. Regulation in Japan and China, however, is fundamentally different from the Western countries. So East versus West में भी काफ़ी differences है regulations को लेकर के. The Western system has adopted for the regulation which is intrinsically or Western in nature. रिस्क बेस्ड अप्रोच की बात करें अगर वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में, वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज हैव मोर फोकस्ड ऑन द रिस्क बेस्ड अप्रोच. फर्स्टली दैट द लॉ मेकर्स हैव क्रिएटेड रिस्क एंड आइडेंटिफाई द रिस्क पोज्ड बाय द एआई एप्लीकेशन. कुछ 4 कैटेगरीज बातें गए हैं इसमें, जैसे अनएक्सेप्टेबल रिस्क, हाई रिस्क, देन वी हैव लिमिटेड रिस्क एंड लो रिस्क. तो ये 4 कैटेगरीज के अंदर सारी कैटेगराइजेशंस की गई हैं. द लॉ मेकर्स हैव डन प्रिस्क्राइबिंग प्रोहिबिटेड विद द एक्टिविटीज विद acceptable risk, regulating the class of activities with a higher risk, and simple test for the undisclosure and based obligation for the low risk. Now, Brazil to have followed the system for categorization, risk and regulation address those risks. Canada to have followed the pattern for identifying and prohibiting the clear regulations how the AI applications must functions. Apart from this, अगर East की बात करें, Eastern countries like China, even for the country like India, I mean, as far as the concern, Japanese government they have integrated the innovations. The council has framed rules that is called as the social principle for human-centric AI. It has published the Japanese government that 2019 में इन्होंने कुछ basics rule AI capability society की भी बात की थी. This is how the East is different from the West of the function. Now, in the first part, it contains the part of the 7 social principle: human centrality, education, literacy, data protection, ensuring safety, फेयर competitions, fairness, accountability and transparency और innovation. ये सारी चीज़ें example है for the East, right? So how the East company are actually focusing. Now the Chinese regulations are more on the line of Article 4, which call for regulations जहाँ पे provision use of generative AI की बात की गई है. Services shall be abidable by laws and administrative regulations with respect to the part of social morality, ethics and other parts. So these are things that is taken care by the government of China. वेस्टर्न मॉडल वर्सेस ईस्टर्न मॉडल की अगर बात करें, वेस्टर्न मॉडल इज परफेक्ट फॉर द वेस्ट बिकॉज हर एक कंट्री की सूटेबिलिटी अलग है एंड दे आर अबाइडेड बाय द पार्ट ऑफ देयर रूल्स ओनली एंड द सेट ऑफ रूल्स इज प्रिस्क्राइब्ड एंड सर्टेन पनिशमेंट इज आल्सो देयर इन वायलेशन. Now eastern model is more on embracing the overlapping between the legality and the morality of the rules. Now the legal system pose the overlap that has been named with the Hindu jurisprudence. Now, cue from judiciary. Recent में, I mean, Justice Ramba Subramaniam was a retired Chief Justice from the retired from the Supreme Court. They have lamented that both one judgment on the slavish tendency is to ape the part of the Western legal system. If you want to read more, you can refer to the judgment. One of the part of the expected that the cue from the judgment to frame our newest regulations by our Eastern model of jurisprudence. अगर बात की जाए इंडिया, चाइना, ऑस्ट्रेलिया और जापान की, तो ये कंट्रीज काफ़ी हद तक ईस्टर्न वर्ड्स पॉलिसीज में अकाउंट होंगे. Thus, the system based on AI must be regulated. Now, to conclude the part, Niti Aayog has circulated 3 discussions paper which has touched upon the AI. और इस पेपर्स में कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट अगर बात एरिया की बात करें, इन इधर्स द रेफरेंस वर गिवन फॉर द एआई रेगुलेशन, दैट इज फॉर द यूरोपियन यूनियन, यूनाइटेड नेशंस, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स, कनाडा एंड यूनाइटेड किंगडम एंड इवन फॉर ऑस्ट्रेलिया. So these countries have their set of rules and references that they are actually adhering to. Now the time has come for India to regulate the manner with consistency and maintain the Indian ethos, which is specifically for the Indian context and benefiting for the part of Indian citizen. Let us hope that AI regulation is done for the better and indication that is suggested, and India must look at the eastward. Eastward by I mean जो eastward countries हैं like Japan, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, ये कुछ ऐसे कंट्रीज हैं जो एडवांस है अपने AI के रेगुलेशंस में. तो इंडिया कुछ इन कंट्रीज से ग्लोबल प्रैक्टिसेस करके भी आगे इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकती है. Now moving ahead with the MCQ questions of the day. Before I proceed, just to tell you the answers of yesterday questions. For first question, the correct option is B. For second question, the correct option is A. Today's MCQ for practice, Doppler effect के बारे में आपको बताना है. This is a general science question which can be important. So, I mean, the frequency for the wave is with an observer, the name of the Australian visit by the Christian Doppler. Do check out for the correct option. Second is Tharu tribe. It's an ethnic tribal group in the Terai southern part of the Nepal and northern India. They are recognized an official nationality by the government of India. So do check out for the correct option. We have lot more other platform जहाँ पे daily questions publish किए जाते हैं, which will help you to build a strong foundation for the given topic. So this was all about for the daily news and editorial analysis, followed by the MCQ questions. If you have any other concern, you can reach out to us. If you have any queries about the part of test series, courses and admission, we'll definitely help you. Do give us a call. You can reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.